What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Ethereum today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Haven't talked about Ethereum in a long time. I don't know when the last time I made a video was. Let me see real quick. I don't think you guys will be able to see this, but let me just see. ETH. Last time we talked about Ethereum was almost a month ago. Oh, no, dude, almost 2 months ago. It's been a while. We probably talked about it here and there. I just haven't had a self-dedicated video to it, but here we are. Definitely dedicating this one to Ethereum. That's a massive pump we've had over the past 3 days. This week here's up 37%. There's a lot of bullish things going on with Ethereum. And before anybody asks, no, this is not a bull trap. This is not false. This is the real deal. I'm not 100% sure. There's no guarantee of anything. But this is a very, very bullish turnaround, bullish case of events that happened here. And I mean, if we take the relative low from the last cycle's bear market to the bull market highs so far that we've had this cycle, from the bear cycle lows to the bull market highs of this cycle so far, not the highs. Like, this is not the high of the cycle. It's the high so far, but we will see higher prices by the end of the cycle. We bounced right perfectly in the golden ratio zone. We had a beautiful dragonfly doji. Beautiful saving grace doji candle right there. And we've got a bullish engulfing candle that not only engulfs that last month's candle, but the months before. And it's very possible with 20 days and 7 hours left, we could engulf this whole entire downtrend in 1 month. How crazy would that be? This whole time where Ethereum was getting dogged on, getting ripped on, getting forlorn and forsaken, 1 month might be all it takes to reverse all of it, literally. Showing you who's daddy or mommy. I don't know. Ethereum, I think of Ethereum as the mommy and Bitcoin as the daddy, but whatever. Mommy not because it's lesser, but because it literally has a bunch of little baby ducks. It's got its little babies, the ERC20s, you know what I mean? Low here to a high. This month we're already up 38%, but the thing is, from the low that we had last month, which was on April 7th, right? Am I correct? Or was it April 9th? April 9th. So it's been about 1 month right now. We have grown overall to the current price. It's been about an 80% amount of growth that we've seen from the low here. Okay, that's pretty spectacular. We go to the others chart. We look at the average altcoin, excluding the top 10 cryptos, right? From that same low in April to where they are now, they're only up about 50%. They're up. The average coin is up 50% from their lows. Ethereum is up 80% from their lows. The number 2 crypto in all of crypto is outperforming the rest of the market right now in respect to its lows. Probably not in respect to the overall cycle, but in respect to its lows. And we've got a bullish turnaround that we just haven't seen the likes of really in quite a long time. I think that this is a very positive signal, and I really wouldn't be surprised if by the end of this month we were above $3,000, guys, and even higher. We could, who knows, man? We could be above $4,000 by the end of this month. I think it would be the ultimate FU to all the bears, to all the fudders, if Ethereum could close above $3,800 by the end of this month and literally engulf this whole year of doubt in 1 month. I think that would be really cool. Just because I think it'd be cool doesn't mean it has to happen, but that would be an exceptionally powerful signal in itself. This is already a very powerful signal. It's in culmination with all this, it's very, very powerful. It kind of reminds me of an abandoned baby. If you don't know what that is, that's a pattern. It's actually like a chart pattern. It's not quite, let me show you, right? Abandoned, am I spelling that right? Baby pattern. Look at this here. It's kind of similar, but you don't get gaps in crypto, right? But you see it right here, right? Low close, you close down with like a kind of spinning top or some kind of doji candle, then you get a bullish engulfing candle on the next one, right? Most of the time they are spinning tops, and that's what I'm saying. It reminds me of one. It's not quite one, but just this behavior overall, it's pretty damn bullish. Very, very, very bullish stuff. Looking at this on a weekly time frame, bouncing off the oversold zone, getting up here, moving with the purpose above the 50. That's what you like to see, man. Even if we do, come on now, I can't draw straight lines to save my life. Even if we do find resistance on this trend line, we still have higher to go. And maybe we do find resistance, but then we come back, we find support, we break through. You guys, we haven't seen the overbought zone. This was a taste, but that doesn't count. That's rejecting the overbought zone. We haven't seen the overbought zone truly since March of 2024. It's been over a year. And when we got overbought, this was the movements that we had. We're not even overbought yet, and we're getting this kind of movements. I can't wait to see what happens over the coming weeks. This thing's going to rocket. It's going to leave people in the dust. They're getting an inkling now. People in this space are starting to come out of the woodworks. No, I was never bearish on Ethereum. No, that was never. They have no clue. They have no clue what's coming. Genuinely, and people are like, I could see it reaching $10,000 by the end of the cycle. People are more upfront about that now. People are more in the open with that now, in public about that now, because now it's a more obvious target. For years, I've been saying, and I very much stuck with it the whole time, and I'm sticking with it now. There were moments where there's a little bit of doubt, and 10,000 might have been the minimum expected target, but we've been expecting $14,000 to $22,000 since 2022. Since 2023, that's been the expectation. None doesn't matter, none of this. And I think that as we continue to grow, it's only going to become more obvious. I really wouldn't be surprised from here, $2,400. I would not be surprised if by the end of June, early July, somewhere in that time frame, we were at new all-time highs for Ethereum. That's the expectation here, and we could be as high as $7,000 or more, $7,700, $8,000, something like that, by the end of June, early July. I don't know if we get there at this point in time because we have a lot of work to go, but if we see something like that, certainly 14K to 22K is going to be child's play. From there for the rest of the cycle. I think that we'll be able to do that, but time will tell. Time will definitely tell. I think there's a lot of growth potential here, and what's good for Ethereum is good for crypto. What's good for Bitcoin is good for crypto, but what's good for Ethereum is especially so good for crypto. When you have Ethereum outperforming the others chart from the low to the current price that we're at now, that really does give us a premise to just destroy this Bitcoin dominance. And I attribute Ethereum's growth, and I think everybody would, largely in part to why we are seeing this drop in the dominance come into play. And it doesn't stop here. Something like this, you look at this, and we've been using the monthly time frame for so long, because when you look at this, what's happening now, what's transpiring now, as long as 20 days from now we're here or higher, and I think we will be. This is not a one and done thing. This is not going to be the only good month. Something like this inspires months of growth, a year's worth of growth, 6 months of growth. It's going to be nuts. It's going to be absolutely crazy, and it's going to reflect well for the crypto markets as well. Let's see if we can find another example of it like that. I don't know, but last cycle, from a low to a high, you started your bull cycle really in like March of 2020, and you ended it here in May of 2021. So it took you over a year to get like a 48x. Unfortunately, we don't have a year left in this cycle. I don't think we do, but I do think that we have enough time left in the cycle to see something on the lines of a 6x by the end of the cycle, if not a 7x by the end of the cycle. I really truthfully do believe that, or something greater than that. Let's look at the short-term time frames and then get on with our bad selves. Okay, so looking at the daily time frame here, let's start off with the 1 hour. It is the weekend after all. Probably relatively neutral readings. 1 hour looks bearish. The 1 hour does look bearish, pretty damn bearish. You're finding support at prior resistance, but maybe not enough. Maybe you have a little bit lower to go, and that's fine. You are bouncing off the 40. That's nice. That is nice. Lower lows in the RSI, higher lows in the price. That actually is nice. You could be at an area to find support. Let's see. What are you doing here relatively low to high? You could. I mean, it's possible. I'll tell you what, if Ethereum gets above $2,500, that's the low. If we close today or we move up at all and close a 4 hour period above 25.3, $2,530, if we can close above that line to the 236 there, that's the low. If not, and it doesn't have to happen today. Maybe we just move slowly and then over the coming days we do that. It doesn't have to happen today. But if not, if we don't do that, then we might go down to the golden ratio. It's very possible at 2,300 and 2,300 and basically 2,400 to 2,370, something in this area. It's very possible that that's the area that we'd find support on, right? Reject here, come down, reject whatever, come down and find support. Maybe on Monday we'll start to move up, right? Today's Sunday, end of the day is right here. Maybe sometime on Monday we'll start to move up, but I can't imagine this going for too much longer. So whether it's today that we start moving up by the end of the day or sometime tomorrow that we start moving up, Ethereum's going to be on a straight terror to the upside, and I think that's going to be good for a lot of cryptos. 4 hour time frame here, bullish as hell. Super bullish, you guys. We love it. Yeah. Getting overbought as hell like this. You're at low readings in the RSI, some of the lowest readings you've been at since, earlier this month. I guess, well, we're on the 4 hour time frame, so May 7th, not that long, but this is pretty low in the RSI compared to where you've been. Bouncing off the 60 would be a nice look, so you could go a little bit lower. You found resistance at this area right here, time and time again. You found resistance at this area. Now we're looking to find support at it. I think you will. Getting overbought, out of the overbought zone, into it, out of it, like doing this kind of behavior, very bullish environment. I have a hard time seeing Ethereum stay here for any kind of significant period of time. Like a day, 2 days, maybe. And anything more than that, we're going to be pushing higher. Where are we going to push to? Where's the next destination? Let's see. Let's see if we can find that. Let's go on a 3 day time frame here. We're going to take the high from December to the low here in April 7th, that week there. High to low. we're just below the golden ratio. So that's where we're going to go. Yeah, over the coming days, we're at $2,500 now. We're going to push up to $27,000 to $3,000. We'll probably find some turbulence there because it is, $3,000 is a psychological level. And we have just moved straight up from the 236 here. I doubt that we get through the golden ratio, so I would anticipate 27 to 2,900 to be a stopping point for Ethereum. You probably pull back to the same areas that you're at now in price, so a little bit of volatility over the coming week and a half, and then we'll continue to progress higher, seeing prices that are above 3,200, maybe even 3,600 by the end of this month. That's the expectation. It'd be really nice if by the end of this month you could get above 3,800, but 34 to 3,600 is what the call is by the end of this month. Overall, by the end of June, I do anticipate we'll see new all-time highs, and we'll see how that goes. I got nothing else for you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. And good job, Ethereum. Good job. I think this is going to be not just bullish for Ethereum over the coming months, but bullish for the rest of crypto as well. And yeah, man, it's going to be good. All right, take care. Bye-bye.